Assalamualaikum and good day to Dr. Thuraya. My name is Irfan Izzi bin Hanaffee, and today I will discuss about the benefits of joint venture between local and foreign property developers. Now, first off, we have to know what is joint venture. To put it simply, a joint venture is a business arrangement in which two or more parties agree to pool their resources for the purpose of accomplishing a specific task. In this case of property developer, the task or project is to achieve a property project such as a residential, an industrial, or even commercial, and even mixed development business. Development. Now, joint venture in property or construction in Malaysia comes in three forms. That is incorporation, partnership, and consortium. Now, the question remains, what is the benefits of doing joint venture with foreign company and local developer then? Now, the first is the transfer of technology. Now, we may aware that other developed countries such as Japan, Korea, or German has superior technology compared to Malaysia. So when a joint venture happens between the two companies, local and foreign company, from those countries that I have mentioned, the transfer of technology can happen. For example, the precast technology, the precast construction technology, ventilation technology, or anything else. Foreign company may bring in new technology in order to attract buyer. So in order to be a different kind of developer, foreign company are forced to introduce new technology to attract buyer, because as you know that all of Malaysian developer has the same level of technology. So when a new technology enters into the market, it brings a substantial advantage over the local company. For example, Panahome is a subsidiary company of Panasonic Group from Japan. They joint venture with local developers MKH Berhad. Now, a prefabricating house has existed for decades in Japan. So, uh, Pana Home has introduced WPC technology in Malaysian markets. So, what is WPC technology? Uh, WPC technology is wall precast concrete. It is the Pana Home strategy to cornering the building and construction market within this region, that is Malaysia. The advantage of WPC technology is the construction technology can shave up to 3 months worth of construction time. It is also can save logistical costs and environmental costs. Next is PureTech, a ventilation system by Panahome. In Japan, following years of research and development at Panahome Corporation, PureTech is a revolutionary indoor ventilation that is effectively can remove all kind of debris and ventilation problem. Its special air tech filter also consistently remove up to 95% of all harmful and hazardous air particles on demand without fail. So as you know that Malaysia has a problem every year with haze problem from Indonesia. So with the PureTech technology system, uh, it brings a large advantage over many houses compared to local housing technology. Now, for example of how Panah Home transfer technology in Malaysia is Panah Home projects include Ceria Residence in Tropicana Aman in Selangor, which blends in Japanese technology and incorporated with energy-saving green futures. So, as we all know, that energy-saving green futures is a demanding technology now, as the government is trying to reduce the CO2 emission. So having this kind of home really has an advantage over the local developers. Okay, moving on to benefits number 2 is pooling and leveraging resources for cooperative advantage. Now, by sharing resources that otherwise are not available to each individual partner, two smaller companies in an industry, in this case property developer, can form joint venture to achieve economies of scale. Moreover, a joint venture can take advantage of the combined resources of both companies to achieve the goal of the venture. One company might have a well-established manufacturing process and technology, while the other company might have a superior distribution channels, or in this case, marketing and networking. Now, taking example from Panah Home and MKH Berhad. Now, Panah Home has an advantage over technology and capital, but using capital and technology alone to sell or market their property in Malaysia is not enough. So, with that in mind, Panah Home has joined a venture in joint venture with local developers MKH Berhad, as MKH Berhad has experience and marketing and even networking in local property market. So it is a win-win situation. Panah Home win in terms of marketing and networking, while MKH Berhad has a win-win situation by using Panah Home technology to market their property. Benefits of number 3 is risk sharing. Host country, in this case Malaysia, maybe sometimes be unfriendly towards foreign firm, such as I take an example again, Panah Home. So a joint venture with a local company may allow the foreign company to decrease negative local reaction. Furthermore, the risk of the development project failing and having a negative impact on the profitability is lower, because the costs associated, such as the construction costs, marketing costs, technology costs, manufacturing costs with the project are distributed evenly among each of the participating companies, such as Panah Home and MKH Berhad. So, take for an example MKH Berhad. If they proceed with the development project this alone, they have the financial risk of if the development fail, MKH Berhad will take a heavy hit on their financial costs. But if they add Panah Home as their joint venture or partner, they can decrease the financial risk that they have taken, because Panah Homes has contributed some of their capital to reduce the risk for both of these companies. Benefits number 3 is gaining access to the overseas market. Now, a joint venture is the most popular form of market penetration for developers. A foreign firm or developers can gain access to the local market through its local partner. Also, it is the aim for the local developer to gain access in the international market. So, uh, for example, Panahome has done a joint venture with MKH Berhad to sell their properties in Malaysia. Now, the same can be done by MKH with Panahome. They can sell their property at Japan using Panahome marketing and connection to sell or penetrate the overseas and Japan market. So it is a win-win situation. Uh, Panahome having advantage to sell their property in Malaysia, and MKH Berhad has the advantage of in the future selling their property at in Japan using Panahome marketing and connection. And lastly is the knowledge transfer. Local developers can gain latest technology and innovation or international business experience from foreign developers, because foreign developers has their own unique way of conducting their business, or in this case how they develop their properties, how their project management, how they mitigate their risk in construction, and for example how they reduce the cost and the time taken for construction. So the local developer can gain knowledge from that. Also, it affects the individual organization to conduct business. For example, uh, Panahome has a certain way of their organization structure to make it more effective in delivering and more smooth in conducting their development process. So local developers can gain the knowledge or experience to implement that kind of organizational structure, to implement in their own organizational structure, and thus making their organization or development more smooth and flexible.